Alright, who's at the door? Oh wait, looking for more. Sit down. It's G.T.O podcast episode 24. And before we start off talking about stuff, we're gonna plug some stuff to heighten Sam's self-esteem here. We got a Facebook that he manages, a Twitter. I got an Instagram. We got a Patreon because we love that sweet, sweet money. All the links are on the channel if you're interested, but you already know all that stuff. So today we have a very special guest, a good friend Henry. So tell us a little about yourself before we get into things.
My name's Henry. I am a high school student.
Mm-hmm.
I've been mentioned a few times on the podcast, I think.
Yeah, you asked a question and played on the show. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I sent some audio in a little while back. If anyone wants to go back and find that, you should probably do something else. But
Anything else?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you really want to, you can.
All right, that's everything about Henry.
That's all you people need to know, at least.
All right.
You people.
Yeah, you people.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, before we move on, what is your favorite video game and why?
Favorite video game, I would have to say, originally, I'd say Ocarina of Time, actually. As a child, that was... Sam's just cringing right
how
there.
is Majora's Mask not so much better for you?
Well, I've never finished Majora's Mask.
Oh, okay.
But,
I don't think you really need to, because I think that's kind of the point.
Yeah, I guess. But as a kid, I played Ocarina of Time, and I don't know, just the story was just great. The gameplay was revolutionary, and it is probably one of the best video games that has ever been made. So
That's interesting. When people think about the games they have played, they always bring up the story first, even though when you're actually playing the game, that's the thing you think about the least. At least that's me.
well, I did reference gameplay.
Yeah, but that's the first thing you said was story. And I know you like it for the gameplay, I know. Anyway, so Sam wanted to talk about some philosophical stuff, because with all this free time he has not going to school, ditching school, laying on his couch just thinking about stuff, taking bong hits. In between these hits, he's thinking about, are video games art, bro?
Wait, I think you forgot about the heroin.
No, we can't.
You can't forget about the heroin.
You can't advocate drug use on YouTube, guys.
Okay, sorry.
I think that is one of the rules, actually.
Okay, well, Sam does none of those things.
Allegedly.
Don't condone.
At least, as far as I know, Sam.
Of course not.
Anyways,
I would never.
he wanted to ask, are video games art? So I'm going to let y'all answer the question first. Go ahead, Henry.
Let our guest go first, yeah.
Is there really much of a doubt on whether video game is art? It's a creative medium that requires skill.
Yes.
It's usually in the form, usually in a visual form, so I don't see how it doesn't fit the definition of art. I don't see how it can't fit the definition.
Okay, thank you for being a logical person. Art definition is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, but that doesn't matter, say typically.
I'm gonna call crap on that because we defined this first day of art history. Art is a composition or creation that 1. Compels or attracts a consumer, 2. Must also embody some theme and penetrate the human condition in some way, and 3. The artist's skill must properly and appropriately convey the meaning behind the composition.
Yeah.
The second, I don't like the human, I mean, it's a little off topic, but I don't like the phrase human condition, because that says absolutely nothing to me. Like, what does that actually mean?
It just means, embodying some form of, humanity. Penetrating some form of, being human.
So, teaching lessons or digging into your life. When you play the game, you think about something that you've done, or
where you can identify with something as a part of you.
But most art is not you're not looking for that. Most sculptures and stuff is man, that's beautiful.
You're looking at art wrong.
Yeah, we're talking about the trained eye and the untrained eye. This is what the trained eye should get. If you're just listening to classical music and you don't know anything about classical music, you're not going to get anything from it.
Yeah.
I mean, sound like the untrained eye. When I start hear stuff like that, the casual person and the critic thinks The Godfather is a great movie, but I came here last week saying it's all right, but I love Snakes on a Plane, and the critics crap on that. So I don't see. It's almost as if it's a matter of opinion.
Yeah, it's
It
because
is-
critics are coming at it from a more technical aspect more often than not.
Well, what's the point of that? It's like the whole point of art is that it's like free flowing. You're here to just have fun with it.
No, it is subjective. It's just there are easier ways to make it slightly less subjective.
Just because some piece of art doesn't affect you doesn't mean it does not affect anyone. If you don't know much about this type of artwork, you're not going to get much from it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the other way though. If you're like really exposed to like the same genre, like I guess I could compare it to this. Like rap music as I grew up, it resonates with me less and less. And same with any type of music, like rock music, for example. I tried to like get into grunge the other day. Nirvana really resonates with me because that's the first time I heard grunge music, so I really like it. When I try to listen to other stuff like Soundgarden, like man, this stuff is not really that good. Even though I'm trying to learn more about it, it's less and less I like it.
Well, I think it's more of you get a deeper understanding of the genre. Like you might actually decide I don't like grunge music anymore, but at least after listening to it a lot, you can see the subtle things that are put in. You can get a deeper understanding of each piece.
Yeah, context is key. Like the people that rewatch movies all the time, like they go back to see the newest Avengers movie in theaters 3 or 4 times. It's not
7 times.
It's not necessarily because they like it. It's because like they like it, but the first time or the second time or whatever, they didn't get everything, and so they wanted to pick up on more aspects of it and understand it in a more complete sense.
Alright.
And I think it's the same thing with video games. Like, I can play a game, but that doesn't mean I pick up every detail of the story, notice every subtle Easter egg or the theme of the game. Like, you can games can have themes, just like a work of literature.
And well, alright, all that stuff is valid. But I think the more important question is, because I mean, video games are art. It's not really up to debate. But the more important discussion, I think, is the potential as video games as art. And what I mean is, like, what's the Sistine Chapel ceiling or the Thinker or the Citizen Kane of video games? Or has it even happened yet?
I would say it's happened yet.
Like,
I mean, I guess it depends on how you want to define those things.
Like, what's like the magnum opus of video games up to this point? Like, what would you say, like the height of the art form thus far?
That's an interesting question.
That too is also really subjective.
Well,
like a lot of people say the Mona Lisa is the peak of art. I've looked at that thing for hours, studying for art history tests and exams and stuff. That picture is so dead to me. Like I can't get anything from it.
The way I see it is something that revolutionizes the industry or how games are made in an interesting and new way. That is the pinnacle of artistic creativity in video games. Like, that's why stuff that you tend not to see in AAA games that really reinvent what's going on in the industry.
So games that have been revolutionary, like Pong, then like Super Mario, and then like Zelda and
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, like Ocarina of Time itself, or like the first Call of Duty 4 revolutionized multiplayer shooters. Still influence us to that day, to this day, whatever.
Halo created multiplayer shooters.
Yeah, you're right.
So.
Yeah. But I mean, y'all don't have anything that particularly resonates with you? Like,
for me, it's a toss up between Minecraft and Mount and Blade, because they're two games that like you can do pretty much anything. Whether it's through downloading a mod that sets it in a world that you want or creating your own world, you make your own story and you make it what you want to do. So if you aren't someone that likes sports games or shooters or whatever, and you just want to like have a life simulator, you can just have a life simulator.
And I think that is the potential of games. Like you get in, because like you can't like really do anything with a sculpture or with art. You can't interact with it. You just look at it and
Usually
absorb
not
it.
legally, no.
Yeah, I've seen those holes that you poke in your. Never mind. Anyways, But what I'm trying to get at is, like, video games are interactive and have so much more potential than any other art form, I think. Because everything else, you're just taking it in, but you don't have any feedback going. Like, you can affect this piece of art after, and, like, we can all do it separately and have different interpretations and different actions on our games. They can have, like, different effects and different experiences, even though, like, with a book or something, we all taking in the same thing and probably have more similar experiences.
I just want to ask, is No Man's Sky art? That's the real.
It's very avant-garde, I say that.
I think it's a pretty interesting piece of art. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, it's a piece of something.
I mean, I haven't seen too much of it, but the idea of it is...
It's an empty world.
Oh, the idea was great. I was so hyped. I was like, wait, like 16 quintillion or whatever miles of world?
That does not sound good to me. That sounds boring.
It sounds amazing to me, but then I realized that, like, there's no way you could fill that up with meaningful interactions.
They misused procedurally generated space.
Yeah.
Like, they just made it, and then they made it.
It was basically a single-player game where you have, like, 10 worlds or so.
With almost no content.
With almost no content. And then they build it as a multiplayer game where you could say, oh, meet up with your friends. And
but there's no way you ever meet the other person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was basically a single-player game on a multiplayer server.
That's why I think Neil deGrasse Tyson's A Space Odyssey is gonna be more, 1,000 times more than No Man's Sky. You heard it here first, Henry.
I got it.
Tyson presents.
Whatever.
Yeah, Mark. If you're gonna reference a game, you might as well as well say its name correctly.
Whatever.
He's so full of himself sometimes.
What resonates with you, Henry? Like, what video game resonates with you?
That's a really interesting question. I haven't really thought much about it. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna hate myself. Well, I shouldn't hate myself for saying this. Either The Elder Scrolls Daggerfall or The Elder Scrolls Morrowind, for similar reasons. Like, Daggerfall has kind of what Sam was talking about with his game. It's got an interesting story, but it can become a life simulator. Like, there's so much that you can do outside of questing and just the main storyline. You can own a house. You can do pretty much whatever you want within this world. And then Morrowind just kind of reinvented how RPGs were, and was just a classic. It was a beautiful piece of art.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. There's
no other word.
There's no.
I mean, not
graphic. There are better words. There are better words for it, but beautiful is the one I'm going for.
So, what do you think about Skyrim then? Because didn't it kind of like dumb down a lot of things that Morrowind did?
Yes.
Skyrim's still a great game.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's just, it's not quite the level of RPG.
It's not an RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
not in the true sense of the word. It's a modern RPG in the way that word is used now.
I played Skyrim before I ever played Oblivion
and that was
or Morrowind.
Both of us.
Yeah. So, after playing Morrowind and Oblivion, it's hard for me to go back to Skyrim at this point. Like, I tried playing Skyrim again, and I can play, but it doesn't have the wonder that it used to have. Like, really building your character a specific way. It's Skyrim.
For me, it was initially the other way around. After playing Skyrim for a couple hundred hours, trying to get into Oblivion was so weird.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, and just how magic worked.
Yeah, you were stuck with what you did.
Yeah,
you either had to continue with the mistakes you made or remake your entire character, start completely from scratch, and it's better for it because it means everything matters.
Yeah. I experienced the same thing when I went to Oblivion and then went to Morrowind and then went to Daggerfall
and then back to Arena
and then to Arena and then back to Skyrim and then
died.
Yeah, and then died.
I cried myself to sleep.
But once you got used to it, those features are great. It makes the game more meaningful. I say it's more immersive.
Yeah,
it's like
I can't just specialize in everything.
Yeah, because in real life you can't like press a button and then forget everything you've learned so you can learn something entirely new.
Yeah.
You know what you know, and you either...
Yeah, I can't be a master smith and a master mage. What?
And a
makes no
master
sense.
sneak and a master two-handed and all that.
Exactly.
This man over here does sneak and heavy armor.
Yeah, I do sneak, heavy armor, and two-handed. I mean, it works because I don't play on a legendary or whatever. Anyways.
Playing that Two Worlds 2.
God, talk about... Man, this is like...
Talk about garbage.
It's like art that like a guy that's trying to sell... He been trying to sell for like 10 years and he's just starving.
It's what someone thought was art. It's the starving artist,
Yes,
air quotes, tries to sell it as some great thing, but really no one wants it because it's just crap.
Yeah, I got the game like out of the skeleton's hands and I put it in my game. But that game's terrible. We talked about it before, but whatever. A game that resonates with me. It's a lot of games, but I guess you can pretty much guess what game it is. I'm waiting.
2K?
No, it's because I'm black, isn't it?
Is it Super Smash Brothers?
No, it's Pokemon, guys. It's my favorite game. The game I play the most. And I guess it's like for similar reason, even though it's nowhere like... I wouldn't say nowhere near the immersiveness, but I say like nowhere, like the options are nowhere near like, and even Skyrim, for example. But for some, like the world is immersive though, in that you could like you could have like anyone can get a Pikachu, right? But there's so many different variables to make your Pikachu different, like to all the way to stats. Like is it shiny? Is it male or female? How you train it, depending on how you train it, could give it different abilities and what moves you get. Like, there's so many things.
And then you can just vary your team.
Yeah,
is it really a Pikachu or is it a Mimikyu in disguise?
Are Dittos really just taking over the world?
Are we Pikachus?
Is your mother really a Ditto? That's the question.
Well, did Mr. Mime sleep with Ash's mom? Is that the question?
Yes.
Why are female mimes still called Mr. Mime?
See, that's my problem with Pokemon. There's so many unanswered questions.
But like the worlds are pretty good. The only flaw I could think of in Pokemon is that all the worlds, like, they reference each other, which is nice.
Because it's the same world.
It's kind of like the Avengers movies, like they reference. I mean, the Marvel movies, how they reference.
Because it's one universe.
Yeah, but what I don't like is, unlike the Marvel universe, there's not too much like actually crossing over. There's just the characters crossing over, but you're not. That's one thing that is lacking.
I mean, like, you're crossing over in the same way that a god is crossing over.
Yeah, like, I'm the guy seeing all the worlds, but that in-game character, which is supposed to be me, but in half the games, like, that's
not the same one.
Yeah, it's not me. I'm playing as Red, Blue, Ethan, or Brendan, or whoever the guy name is. It really doesn't matter.
Chev.
Yeah, Dick Ches is in our playthrough that we stopped doing. What's another game that I guess I can't think of another game that really resonates with me. I play Skyrim a lot. At least I used to, because that's a really immersive world. But it kind of got whatever towards the end. I don't know.
Are you saying the story of Skyrim wasn't amazing?
Not the story.
Are you saying that fighting Alduin wasn't the greatest experience of your life?
I didn't even get that far, because the way I played about like 120 hours of this game.
I've never beaten the main story of Skyrim.
I did.
I've beaten it like 20 times, and it just destroyed my head.
I just always get so sidetracked.
Yeah, that's me.
I could get sidetracked.
You could beat the game like in 30 hours, right? Like if you stuck to the main quest, you could beat it like really quickly.
Yeah, if you just did the main quest, you could blow through it.
I'm still in like 3 acts and then like the final mission. I'm still like in the beginning of Act 2, and I played 120 hours. Like, that's how sidetracked I am.
One thing I hate about Skyrim is how long it takes for you to actually fight a dragon. Like, you have to go get the one little like tablet thing, like climbing mountains and then come all the way back. It's like that. Yeah. Really, I hate doing that mission. So I always put that off for so long that I just start doing side quests and
then you kind of forget that there even are dragons for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like you don't really need them.
It'd be nice to have them, and it'd be nice if there were mods that like increase the. If they didn't even have mods, if there were just more dragon encounter.
Or just dragons were more interesting.
Yeah, that too.
I never liked fighting the dragons because I'm a two-handed guy. I don't know how to kill these things. I have to like shout it to the ground, and then like it takes like a million hits to kill. I'm like, no, F this. I'm gonna go back down to the cave.
What you do is you just run away like a coward.
Yeah, that's what I do. When I see like a giant or like what's
No, you gotta attack those giants with your iron dagger. You gotta do it right.
No, what you do is you hold up your sword, turn around, and yell, "Run away!"
Yeah, works for me.
But I can't really think of anything else. But besides like the games that resonate you, like in all the games throughout all your gaming career, consciously or subconsciously, they influence you in how you act in life. But consciously,
Tetris.
To what extent, like, do games impact your life? And I'm just gonna leave it like that. I gotta turn the air conditioner on.
Okay, Mark's leaving the table. I guess
he abandoned us. He was just leaving us to do the podcast.
Alright.
I guess I'm your.
What game have impacted your life, Henry?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Has the game of life impacted your life?
Oh well, no, but
The dating game.
Yeah.
All those visual novels.
Oh, the visual novels are the good ones. Yeah. Dating sims, really. Yeah.
Those pigeon dating sims?
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh. Shower with your dad simulator.
Oh no.
2016, of course.
2016, yeah.
I've seen that. Oh, jeez.
That one impacted my life.
All right. Let me bring this back. So the way that I was thinking about is kind of like Skyrim impacted my life is that when I talk to people, I like within that millisecond of reaction time, I go through like all 8 things I could possibly say and think about what would happen.
Fucking nerd.
And then I'm like, if you think about, and then you seen last year, I carry around this paper.
You gamified your life.
I gamified my life, and I got the daily quest log for like morning, like study hall, midday, and then when I went home in the evening.
You never finished.
I finished the main like the daily quest, but I never finished the side quest. Like I never finished that English essay last year for Dupree.
He didn't care.
Yeah. Well, it's a side quest, so it's not really important.
Yeah, but
you don't need to finish the side quest.
I can't 100% life anymore. I missed the mission on year 16, so year 17.
So you're saying you couldn't 100% the game?
Yeah.
That's like killing a quest NPC in Skyrim. You couldn't 100% it.
Yeah.
Game over, man. Might as well quit while you're ahead.
Yeah. No, that's not right. And I guess that's the main way is how like I objectify not women, my life. I don't know you about to say that.
You said so you gamify your life.
Gamify my life, and like it really what games help me do is making goals, like quantifying long term from short term and even shorter term. So within the hour, like after the podcast is done, what I have to do, I'm going to clean the dishes, but I also want to play Madden. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the dishes, then play Madden, then I'm going to take a shower.
And then play Toontown.
And then what?
Play Toontown.
Why you have all these obscure references to games that do they even support Toontown anymore?
Toontown died, but then someone brought it back.
Yeah.
Oh, like they did with the Battlefield Bad Company servers, they made their own server?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, well. So before we move on, do you want to answer that question or speak to this topic anymore?
There are some games I have found good and just not even good, just amazing, but I can't think of any that drastically impacted me as a person.
Not the Battle Bikini Bottom, or
that one?
Well, technically every game has impacted your life in that your life was different before you started playing it.
But I don't see any drastic impacts.
Alright. So like
nothing that changed the way I see the world.
There is no Bible. So like you said at the beginning, there hasn't been that Sistine Chapel of gaming yet. Alright. I'm waiting for it. I think it's Titanfall 2. Anyway, let's get on to the Nintendo Switch rumors.
We already have it. It's called
Bad Rats.
Bad Rats. God. That one impacted my life.
Alright. So you heard about Nintendo Switch, right, Henry?
Oh yeah, of course I have. Oh, you mean the NX?
Oh yeah, that's the code name for it, but its official name is the Switch.
Scorpio?
No, that's the Xbox thing.
Oh, you mean PlayStation VR?
No, we're good.
The Dolphin, right? Anyway, according to some anonymous sources, which are totally credible, by the way, totally credible, not fake, They do have a dad that works at Nintendo, by the way. And they said that Nintendo Switch will sport a 6.2-inch screen, very big, and displays at 720p. The screen will be multi-touch, so it's not like an iPhone where you can just touch one thing, you can't interact any other way. You can have multiple hands on it at once. So this will help you like playing the game and navigating menus. And the pixel density, whatever that means, is said to be similar to PlayStation Vita. Y'all play the Vita before?
No. Does anyone play the Vita?
That's a great question. It just means it's 720p on the go, but it still could be 1080p when it's on a dock. And what we speculated last week or 2 weeks ago when we watched the first trailer is that it looks similar. I mean, even though it's a trailer, it could easily
It's all pre-rendered.
Yeah, it looks similar between on the TV and the screen, but I guess the dock has extra computing power.
It doesn't actually.
It doesn't.
It does not.
You heard that from your analysis?
That was confirmed.
It's going to be completely the same docked or not.
Yeah. Well, no, but the screen's probably got less power than
yeah. It
TV,
says,
but it doesn't have extra computing power. It just connects to the TV and plays on the TV.
I mean,
so there's probably going to be a difference in quality just because of like this is a 720p. It's 1080p or better TV to a 720 screen.
Where's my 4K tablet, guys? Jeez. Thanks a lot, Nintendo.
From our
Nintendo ruins everything, guys.
From our perspective, like PC gamer, Xbox, PlayStation players, this is like nothing else. It's kind of like silly. Or than like if you play Nintendo games, they only had 2 gigs of RAM in the Wii U, and it barely did 720p and couldn't play any AAA games. So I mean, this is a big step forward. Now you can play Skyrim, maybe. So another rumor that came out, according to Emily Rogers, somebody supposedly credible in the Nintendo community, they're hearing that the Nintendo Switch will ship with a whopping 4 gigs of RAM, everyone.
That's not bad. Most PCs only have about 4 gigs of RAM.
Well, that's about to change later.
That's true, yeah. More. I have at least 16 in all of my PCs.
Wow.
But
big man on campus.
I know. Like, I'm pretty special, Sam. I am a special little snowflake.
I could give you
a safe space?
I need a safe space, Sam. Is this my safe space?
No, it's not. It's not. I have 2 RAM sticks that are 2 gigs each. So if you want that, I'm selling for $5 each. What, you want them?
No.
All right. Anyways, like compared to the Xbox One and PS4, currently have 8 gigs of RAM. The PS4 Pro will have 9 gigs of RAM. But none of that is confirmed. Like about the Nintendo Switch is confirmed. So.
We also have to remember that this is a handheld device, so you can't really put a lot into it.
Most people aren't viewing it like that, though. Most people are viewing it like it's a console that is also handheld, not a handheld console that you play on your TV.
Well, it's a console that's handheld, but then also a lot of the space on it ends up being the controllers that you disconnect.
Yes.
So there's not as much going on there as people might think.
Here's a quote. I mean, no. I looked up what RAM is because I feel like
random access memory.
Well, I know what it stands for, but I want to tell the people, the good people who listen to this podcast, what it actually is. So I googled it, so you don't have to. RAM is a high-speed memory program, or dang it, I read it wrong already. When you load a program, you open a document. That program or document is read from your hard drive and stored in your RAM, so your CPU can execute the program's instructions or manipulate the document very quickly. RAM is orders. Oh my god, I can't read.
Lets you do more.
The bigger the RAM is, so you got infinite amount of RAM. You can do everything basically. Google Fiber is the future. Anyway, Steam is requiring the game screenshots. In-game screenshots. Oh my god, I can't read. All right, we're gonna take a breather. All right.
So what do you want from the Switch, Sam?
I want to have a very good paperweight that can also be used to prop up my keyboard for when I'm playing on that PC Master Race.
Wow, okay. Well, Steam, we're going to move on to that PC Master Race. Steam is requiring in-game screenshots in the marketplace pretty soon.
Right.
So here's some quotes. We ask that any images you upload to the screenshot section of your story page should be screenshots that show the game. This means avoiding using concept art, pre-rendered cinematic stills, or images that contain awards, marketing copy, or written product descriptions. Please show customers what your game is actually like to play. I have.
Wait, so technically pre-rendered cutscenes are in the game, right?
Well, yes, but you said pre-rendered stills.
Oh yeah, that. Well, if you take a screenshot, it's a still image.
Oh yes.
I have no problem with. Actually, I want actual gameplay on the Steam Marketplace, but I don't see any problem with also having concept art and all of that stuff.
Like, I have yet to see a game that, like, I've seen the screenshots and the videos that has completely misrepresented what the game was.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my question. Like, have you ever been
Hell,
misled by a screenshot? Like, I don't think that happened to anyone. What did you say?
Bad Rats?
I said I know Bad Rats didn't.
Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm pretty.
Do you want a copy?
No.
Yeah, I want a copy. What's it for?
It's
We'll
buy you one.
I'll get
Mark.
you.
Okay.
We got you.
We'll have a company copy.
All right.
Tax write-off.
Or a review copy, or alright. But like, have you ever been misled by screenshots? I mean, I haven't, because you can just go on YouTube and look what the game is.
Well, the thing is, I play a lot of mods because I played the most moddable game of all time. So everything is in-game screenshots. Like,
Okay.
so I've never had to deal with.
So do y'all even think this is necessary?
Well, not every, at least especially during Steam sales, like, people just pick up games that are cheap and they just look at the images that they are provided and, oh, that looks interesting, and it's 99
I
cents.
heard about this from what? Yeah,
Yeah. But really, the 99-cent part is
the problem.
is the reason people buy.
Yeah.
But if you actually saw what the game really looks like in gameplay, I think some of those not so great
Of those purchases
would have never happened.
and
Like,
the good thing is you can.
People wouldn't be
refund-
buying Bad Rats.
Well, but you can. No, people would still be doing that
Oh, yeah.
for cancer. But you can refund games immediately if you realize you don't like it
Yeah.
and it's not been 2 hours and 2 weeks. Then you can just
But
refund it. So that's
some games
you don't find out. Until,
Yeah.
That's
Like-
why I'm not a huge fan of that time limit.
yeah.
I think this should be like if you want to get all your money back.
I think it should be
2
based
hours.
on the game, really.
Well, I think it should be like time based. Like, it shouldn't be like at 2 hours 1 minute you cannot return this. I think like as like every 2 hours that pass you get like another percentage that you're not going to get back. So like after 4 hours you get like 90% of your money back or something like that, and eventually you get none of it back because you played the damn game.
Well, but counter argument is I'm playing a single player game.
Mhm.
Story takes, let's say, 8 hours.
Right.
Well, what if at 8 hours I can get half of my money back? So I paid half price for the experience.
Well, I'm pretty the smart people. I mean, I think the game developer. It's in their best interest to make money and keep the money. So let's say they are in charge of making that time, whatever that time is for each game. I mean, I'm saying I have the idea, but I don't know like the discrete time that it should be cut off. But I think that's a viable option if they want to do that instead of having it so hard like that.
This makes me so angry because
Why?
I bought a Ghost Recon game that I had already owned on PS3, but my brother and I were like, hey, let's play multiplayer together on Steam because it's like you can both actually do the campaign together.
Oh.
And so I bought it, and then it spent like an hour and a half setting up, doing the first time install.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all in game, so Steam counted that 90 minutes.
Oh.
And then when I was actually playing it, I
was
got
broken.
past the 2 hours, and I'm like, I can't physically play the multiplayer, which is what I bought this for, but it's already been 2 hours.
I'm pretty sure you can actually contact Steam support in cases like that.
Yeah. Gabe Newell himself will email you
I
back.
mean, yeah, I did that like a few months ago. So it's,
Okay.
Yeah, talk to him.
Well, did you ever get-
No, I mean I did the game a few months ago, so it would be past that
Okay.
anyway.
Well, you should have contacted support, Sam.
I
Steam is known for their great support.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So enough of that.
Almost like EA.
Oh, EA's the best. You know, they got what was that award? Like they're like the top worst companies like of the year or something a couple years back. Anyway,
The best. Nothing greater. Can't beat me. I got great customer support.
and
Donald Trump, the game
some
company.
lighter news. I'm talking about some Pokemon Go. They introduced daily bonuses a couple of days ago. So like
Have they yet? Because I haven't done a new.
oh, I don't know if they actually did. I'm assuming.
No.
All right.
Most people don't play Pokemon Go.
That's my question. So I don't know. I'm not gonna go over like the specifics, but you get XP and Stardust and whatever and candy.
If you catch a new Pokemon every day, you get X number of XP, and then if you do that every day for 7 days, you get like 24,000 XP.
Yeah, similar to like any game to give you daily rewards. They're trying to suck you back in. And
working.
And the Halloween update, we get like the ghost type Pokemon or dark type.
Bumped up ghost.
Yeah, so you can catch Pokemon that normally wouldn't be as frequent or even there at all in your region, depending where you live. And that actually brought, after that update came out, they were actually like #1 on the iTunes store. And I checked now, which is about 5 days later after the update went away, they're down to 6. The lowly 6 on iTunes.
That's still pretty good.
Oh my god, 6.
But with the daily rewards and the Halloween update that came out, are y'all still playing Pokemon Go?
I started playing like 29th.
So, I've never played Pokemon Go.
You're not missing much.
The only time I've ever played Pokemon Go was when I was just picking up my girlfriend's phone and had nothing.
Don't brag.
Nothing else to do, so I just caught a Pokemon.
You could have gone through a text. I'm saying when you have someone else's phone, there's nothing you can do.
No, I wouldn't go through your girlfriend's. I'll go through her browser.
I'm not saying I would. I'm just saying
it's not the best idea.
No.
I'm saying there are things you could do.
What I would do if I had a girlfriend, if I ever do get a girlfriend, I'll look through her browser history because I want to know like what do girls look up on like what's their nasty stuff to look up.
That's not a good idea.
They do that incognito if they're smart.
Okay.
And if they don't do it in incognito, you need to...
Half of my friends, like I saw a friend yesterday, he typed in the H and it immediately popped up xhamster.com. Like, are you an idiot? Like, you go incognito, my friend. Like,
you don't bookmark. Yeah.
And then you go on, Elijah. He has like downloaded like gigs of video, whatever. All right, go.
Skeevy sometimes.
You heard about that? They saw that picture that he was a.
Sorry, 1 second.
All right, he was snorting crushed out toys that looked like cocaine in the locker room.
Dear God.
What a cool guy.
What a Coolio.
Anyway, I'm not playing Pokemon Go anymore. No, I'm good. No. But I'm not playing Pokemon Go because I just don't see like the games is not fun. You can't catch all the Pokemon unless you like want to take a road trip to multiple stops.
Yeah.
The battle mechanics are not great. The CP system, like it puts like if you don't play the game frequently, or if you're a new player, it puts you at a disadvantage. You're not gonna get any gems. I don't like that. I like wanting to just put like a simplified even version of the regular Pokemon metagame. Like how the card game, it only has like a certain number of types. It doesn't have every type. So it could be like that, and you only have like 2 moves in the ability or something like that. Make it like really simple. But this is just like something completely different. It doesn't work in my eyes, and they need to change it if they want me to come back at least.
What would also be nice is like a Pokemon the card game video game, where like you have basically the battle mechanics from the TCG, but it's on mobile, and you can go to like the Pokestops and get packs and.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, I don't think they're worrying about making a TCG video game because they have like the online.
Yeah, that
similar,
already made a couple TCG Game Boy games.
Yeah. But I think like what I said, to like adding the depth to the game is gonna keep people hooked that are on right now. But to get like the people that are stopped playing or that didn't pick it up at all, like Henry did, I think they just add like some as soon as those Gen 2 Pokemon come out, I think it's gonna bring a lot of people back.
Oh yeah, when Gen 2 comes out,
if it ever comes out.
Well, I think it has to if they want the thing to keep going.
I will need to stay away from black lights. I will have permanently stained.
Oh my god,
Sam, really, Sam.
I don't know how much. Can you Google
I'm
right
short.
now?
I have to go for the low hanging fruit.
Can you Google how much black lights cost? Cause I'm always curious. I want to buy one actually. Cause I want to see how. Never mind. We're gonna move on.
Not keeping it.
PS4 will get exclusive Watch Dogs 2 content.
You left, man.
I don't even care about PS4 getting exclusive content like DLC. But I'm just questioning like vaguely. Do y'all care? Like, does it make you mad when a game that you play gets exclusive DLC on the other platform?
Yes, that's well. At least when I'm playing on PC, because like, if I get the season pass, I expect all of the content, not most of the content or some of the content. I expect all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't expect, oh, you got it on a PS4, you get more. But Xbox One, you get this specific thing.
I think this. I might have been Watch Dogs 1. Like Xbox got their specific DLC, and then PS4 got their specific DLC, and PC got nothing out of it.
I know they did that with the Arkham games.
That's my.
PS3 would have the Joker Xbox, I don't think they had anybody.
And then
and on one of them you got Harley Quinn, or maybe that was just a
that was a later
pre-order.
game.
Oh, that was Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
well, I mean, me is not like exclusive DLC. Like I said it again, I play a lot of Pokemon. There's a lot of time DLC, which I hate. I do, like, if I wanted to go back, because I buy games pretty late. Like, I buy games like 2 years after they come out because I don't have money or time. Right now, I don't have time. So if I try to go back and like get like a Mew from an event, and the only way you can get Mew is from an event, and then the event's gone because the event only lasts a month.
Gotta use your hacking skills.
You have
Mark.
no problem hacking anyway, so you just.
I mean, yeah, I don't, and I can make it look legit, but
See, then you have less of a right to complain. You don't have less of a right. But you
I mean,
have a
I don't want to hack the game though, because then people they're gonna call you a cheater or whatever. But I'm not a cheater. I'm just a product of like you didn't make like a good DLC loadout. Like
you're just lazy or poor or.
I can't go to GameStop.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, you don't have to go to the GameStop anymore. You get it
Well,
totally
for
off.
most events.
Now you don't because they have
Some events you still have to go to a location. Most of which are in Japan. So if you want to go
and
to,
that's what I don't
if you
like. Location
Let's just
exclusive.
all move to Japan.
well, guys, let's remember, Japanese game companies don't care about you.
Yeah.
They care about their Japanese consumers, and that's all they care about. Because if I'm kind of stealing what Zarek Zahakiran says, but
You know that name?
yeah, so that's someone. But yeah, they care about the Japanese consumers. If it's a hit in Japan, then it's a hit for Japanese companies.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see certain games released in the United States, because they know it will sell in Japan, but they're not sure about the United States, so there's no reason to sell to the United States.
That basically happened with like the Final Fantasy series? That's why they came out like out of order in America.
Exactly.
Well, but at least they got released here. Pokemon TCG2 never got released in America.
Some of the old Fire Emblem games,
Yeah.
now a massive series, never got released in the United States. You have to download ROMs or legally obtain backups and patch them yourself.
Which is well, and then like you have all the people like a loud portion of like Nintendo in general. They always like clamoring for like a localization of a game, even though like it's just the Japanese company is not going to do it because there's no money there, and it's kind of frustrating to some extent. Like Earthbound, they're never going to make another one. They're just going to maybe like not remaster, but re-release it.
Well, they did
localize
release.
it for the virtual store?
Yeah,
they
we
did,
use.
Yeah.
but they never localized Mother 3. We had to get a fan translation of the game, and
That's true.
It's basically the same game, guys, except Undertale is bad.
all right, we're gonna talk about some Dishonored 2 system requirements. While I'm just gonna keep up all this pent up energy, and later, 2 days from now, I'm gonna go to the gym and just throw some weights around. Act like that's you,
You're
Sam.
gonna wait for 2 days?
Oh yeah, I can't go to the weight room today or tomorrow. 'Cause,
He's just gonna punch his wall a few times while he waits.
yeah, I'm gonna play UFC 2009 because I'm poor. Anyway, we're
Gonna
gonna
smash you in Smash Bros.
So last week, or was it 2 weeks ago, we settled in Smash because and you beat me 3-0, which was very surprising.
Yeah, perfect.
Before that, usually I win by like 2-1, or at time Aries was there, I beat him. Anyway,
I'm still waiting for our match in Smash Bros. By the way.
I'm waiting too.
Yeah.
So maybe it wasn't the best idea to have it here this time. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Come on, Mark.
Oh, well, I mean, you're gonna. I wouldn't want to have you drive out to my place 3 times in a row.
So let's talk about Dishonored 2 system requirements. You might think this is a bland thing to talk about, but I think this is showing, like I was referencing earlier, a big change in the PC hardware and what was expected out of it. So I'm just gonna talk about the RAM and the graphics card, because that's 2 things we know about. So the minimum for this game is going to be 8 gigs of RAM, and you're going to need a 660, an NVIDIA 660. I think you have above that, right? And you have.
I've got a 760
950,
myself.
950.
You got a
Oh wow, Sam's special with his good graphics card.
But the recommended is 16 gigs of RAM and a 1060. That's the recommended. So I guess that running on like medium high settings. Is that what they mean by recommended?
Like recommended is just like I guess you take like the average, not the average.
So basically, I cannot run Dishonored 2 right now. Not until I go to my actual house with my actual PC, and I can still not run max settings.
To be fair, a lot of the PC Master Race makes their own PCs, which are a lot easier to upgrade.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did with my PC up north, up in the northern states.
I wish I had your money, Henry.
But I used a crappy 760, so
There's still time to upgrade.
So if you're like me, a broke boy, and you just go to Walmart and buy a PC and you try to play Battlefield 3 for the first time and you're wondering why you're stuck on a load screen, well, you're going to actually have to upgrade that graphics card and actually put more than 4 gigs of RAM in.
2 is not enough?
Wait, what do you mean you can't have half a gig of RAM?
What do you mean 256 kilobytes of RAM?
I mean, I can't run this on my old Game & Watch out back?
Are you telling me I need at least 20 gigs of hard drive space?
Oh, you need 60 gigs of hard drive space.
16 gigs?
Wait,
60.
I need a monitor?
60? Oh, I can... Computers? I need one?
So I want to compare this to like Battlefield 4, which came out 3 years ago, which was the beginning of this console cycle, right? So we always comparing. Stop blinking your eyes like that. We always compare PC power to console power, and this is just showing how far the gap is getting. Like I feel like the gap is getting even larger than it was even like in the mid 2000s with the Xbox 360 and PS3. Maybe just more visible now, but like the minimum required for Battlefield 4 was a 8 gig memory total and a 660. That's the recommended, and like the what's it called? It was like a really old like 2008 graphics card that you needed to be the minimum. It was like super easy. Like if you had like a really good like modern computer, like you didn't have to even upgrade. You could play Battlefield 4. And like this is not even like casual stuff with Dishonored 2.
Well,
I don't know.
It kind of actually makes me wonder how well is Dishonored 2 optimized? Because
That's a great question.
it shouldn't take this much power to run this game if consoles can do it.
Unless everything's a lie, right? Everything they've been saying is in some form not entirely true.
But why would they come out and say this, give these super high settings? That would deter, if anything, that would deter buyers.
Overly optimistic.
Or they just might realize it's not optimized enough for PC.
Yeah, and then
like you need these settings for it to actually run that way.
Like until the game is released and people are saying I cannot run this on the most optimized like gaming rig in the world. Until people can't run it on launch day or whatever, then I don't think it's a problem.
Or even if it's just like stuttering or just you require more power for a game that really shouldn't.
Like if Minecraft required more than like the bare minimum.
You could play Minecraft on like on a browser. That's what I used to do on MinecraftForFree.com.
I just I drop blocks on the floor.
I use my headset.
So can you tell me in terms of gameplay? You watched that new Corvo trailer, right? Tell me what's good about that Corvo trailer.
So that Corvo trailer, I'm still kind of stuck on the Emily trailer because the Corvo trailer didn't show me anything that was like so mind-blowingly new.
Well, Corvo's supposed to be Corvo. He's not supposed to change.
I know. That's why I kind of didn't care as much because I hadn't not enough of Corvo, but I had plenty of Corvo.
Come on, Sam. Do you even know the game?
I played the game. I did a ghost run my first playthrough.
How did it turn out?
It was terrible.
I actually tried the exact same thing, and then I killed a few people, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Well, like anything interesting of a note, or
I don't know. Nothing that I think is interesting. So.
All right. So it's more of the same.
Still waiting for that thief ghost run.
Oh right, yeah. I have to upload that. I have to do that.
Then upload it.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
Thief Gold.
Yeah.
Not Modern
It's
Thief.
a pretty good game.
in new video games news, had Dead Rising 4 trailer.
Dead Rising. Oh god.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah. So have you ever played the Dead Rising before, and are you excited for a new one?
I have not played it, but I've played as the main character in Marvel Ultimate Marvel vs.
That
Capcom
counts.
3.
That counts.
Never played Dead Rising. I've been meaning to get it. I was going to get it during the Steam Halloween sale.
That's
But
the one where you're in a mall, right?
yeah.
You're in like a...
Or then there's Dead
You're-
Rising
yeah.
2, and then 3, and now 4.
And you're beating people with like giant stuffed animals. And
Yeah.
sex toys.
Tomfoolery. That's what it
It's
is.
a pretty good sandbox game,
Alright.
if you would call it that.
So y'all get this game. Y'all approve.
I would if...
Or would you wait for a sale?
Like if I had the system that could run it.
I'm kind of just tired of zombie games.
Yeah, that's a good point. I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And they're all kind of the same. Like, there's not much
Yeah, there are
interest.
minor changes, like what you kill them with, but
Yeah.
you're still just killing them.
yeah. And I don't know what the story is like, so...
Dying Light, you can now do parkour.
Well, there's more games. A game called Shadow Warrior 2 dropped a trailer showing off some gameplay, and like it had like the little review things. Like
I still need to beat Shadow Warrior, so
you played the first one.
I've got it. I started it.
Oh,
I haven't
alright.
finished it.
Were you like? Did you even know the second one was coming out?
I had no idea. I didn't even know what Shadow Warrior was until I picked it up.
All right. Well, most of the reviews are positive. And from what I saw, the game looked fun. It reminds me of Wolfenstein and Doom. Am I correct with that assumption?
Yes. It's kind of different, but...
All right. Well, from the trailer, that's all I saw. I haven't played this game before, but that doesn't matter really for what I'm trying to say. I don't think anyone was really checking for this game. Dude right here has the game, wasn't even checking for it. But the trailer caused some excitement because one of the reviews were negative from Sam's favorite website, Polygon. Polygon said that it was
my God.
unfunny and gave it a 5 out of 10. Are you gonna cape up Sam for your favorite website?
I guarantee they had their Racing Sims reviewer doing this game. They had somebody who did a completely separate genre, who only likes something completely different, be like, hey, play this game that's the antithesis of your interests.
This is your Minecraft gamers.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, yeah.
Can you tell me why you and Polygon don't like fun?
I love fun.
Yeah,
I have
you-
lots of fun.
Didn't you
I
see
hate
some of his
fun.
old Minecraft videos? He obviously loves fun.
I have so much fun dying inside.
Well,
Did you actually remove those, or were they just
No, they're still
unlisted?
there. They're still there.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I'll have to rewatch the series.
Will you though?
You should link that to the to this
Alright.
video. You know, everyone wants to see those Minecraft videos.
all right. Well, on to some another game. Sam complained and moaned that we have to talk about some MOBA news.
No, I didn't.
You definitely did, so I got some.
Who
I'm
plays
complaining
mobile?
that-
MOBAs.
Oh,
This is a mobile MOBA. It's
Ugh.
it's revolutionizing
I was complaining that we were
genre.
talking about games that we have no interest in.
Planet of Heroes is a MOBA designed for mobile devices centered on modern desire to experience PC quality games on the ever-growing powerhouse that is the mobile platform, Henry. How do you feel about that? You can play mobile games, the greatest genre there ever was, according to Sam Lucker. You can now play it on your little tablet.
I might have liked MOBAs if it wasn't for everyone at my school.
Really trash. If
Like,
it weren't for Lee.
I went to St. Louis with a couple friends a few summers ago,
Oh yeah.
and Sam's probably heard this story. And this one kid, who I'm not gonna name here, we were in St. Louis to play chess, right? Best chess club in the country in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So we were gonna go to the chess club, and he's like, "Okay, you guys can go. I'm gonna play League of Legends." I'm like, "What are you doing? You're on vacation. You're here to play chess. You really like playing chess, yet you choose to sit in my aunt's house and play League of Legends."
Question: was your aunt there?
No,
Okay, good.
Alright.
actually, no, she was there. Yeah,
So he was at home, like he wasn't alone or anything. Your other family was there, who
yeah,
he has no real connection to.
exactly, yeah.
That's even worse.
And like for the first couple days, he was just bugging me over and over again. Get your aunt's Wi-Fi password. What's your aunt's Wi-Fi password? Henry, I need to play League of Legends. What's your aunt's Wi-Fi password?
After this podcast goes, you're definitely gonna tell me who this is so I could judge them harshly for it.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
All right. I'm guessing we don't really care about MOBAs, right?
No.
I will try this game out, but I never have enough space on my phone. Like the other day, I was trying to take a picture of something, then it says no space, whatever.
I go through that now that I vlog.
Vlogged what?
Now that I vlog.
Oh, vlog.
He's a vlogger
I don't
now.
have space on
Oh
my
yeah, you're a
phone.
hot vlogger now.
He's making those intense vlogs
about race and sexism in video games.
He watched the I think it was the the H3H3 video on how to make a really cool vlog.
Gotta film in portrait.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
The time. Upload it to World Star Hip Hop, of course.
In Broke Boy news, buy an Xbox One and get a free game starting November 4th, ending at the 12th. So, if you buy a new Xbox One,
yesterday
to about a week from now, right?
Yeah.
So you can get a free game, but it excludes pre-owned and pre-order games. But I don't know about like marketplace games, like games you can only download through the marketplace.
So it's any game, or does it give a list?
It doesn't give a list. It just says no pre-order, no pre-owned. So if you're, I think it's at any store, unlike the other ones that are at Target. So you want to do your Christmas shopping early, Sam? Wink, wink. Want to do your Christmas shopping?
I don't have money.
You want to do it early? You can get like Madden, the new Madden and Xbox One for your grandchild.
I'm not getting an Xbox One. I don't have a grandchild.
And you know, we're gonna go to some unfortunate news. Last week, Uwe Boll retired from making video game movies, and he really missed a big opportunity with this 2018 film. A new Sonic the Hedgehog film is coming out, and I really feel like we're missing. There's a hole in the acting community for video games, and I don't know how good this is going to be. It's getting like a.
We need to do an open letter petition to bring him back.
Yes,
to bring him back
for one more movie.
At least one more. This will be the legend. He needs a legacy, a proper legacy.
Yeah, he might have made like the worst critically reviewed movies of all time, but that's just like as I was saying earlier.
We just didn't get him.
He was learning.
He's way before his time. He's way before his time.
Yeah, it's going to be 2018. It's going to be future.
Most artists, their work isn't truly accepted as great art until after they're gone. People just don't understand it yet.
Yes.
He's so revolutionary.
So I'm pretty sure the game you're talking about, Bad Rats, it's not going to be appreciated right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Except it's been out it was like one of the first games on Steam.
Oh, really?
Give it some time. It's so far ahead of its time. It needs centuries.
Really,
to get.
That game's not that bad of a game. It's just
the hate culture is.
It was the worst game on Steam when Steam actually curated what was on Steam.
Yeah.
So how much does this game cost? Like 99 cents?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll get you one. We're waiting for the playthrough.
Oh,
for you.
All right.
100% it.
All right. I will.
On YouTube. A live stream even. That would be pretty cool.
24-hour
live stream Bad Rats.
So you read the article that I gave you?
Yes.
It said it's being directed by Jeff Fowler,
yeah.
But they also said that's the director of Deadpool.
No, they didn't word that properly.
Yes.
The director of Deadpool is executive producer for this movie.
So Jeff Fowler was the director of Deadpool.
No.
So why did they put Jeff Fowler in there?
Jeff Fowler is directing this movie.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And the director of Deadpool, Tim Miller, is the executive producer of the Sonic movie.
Who is this director? What has he done?
Jeff Fowler. He made
movies.
Go for Broke and Where the Wild Things Are and Gentleman's Duel.
No, he didn't.
Jeff Fowler? I'm talking about the dude who's directing this movie.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. He didn't make that. He didn't make He only directed 2 movies, including Sonic.
Oh, wow. I was looking at everything. He was just editing on the other movies. All right. I'm giving him credit for Go for Broke because that was a great movie.
Yeah, he did direct it.
So this is probably going to be terrible. Actually, we already knew it was probably going to be terrible.
It is definitely going to be absolute garbage.
That's true. Why does anyone think to do this?
Why not?
Do y'all think the Deadpool people they would fit in the Sonic world?
No.
I'm talking about if they have the same snark and
no,
but they just died it down made it for children. You don't think that would work? Cause
not at all.
Sonic's cool and brash.
Sonic is no longer cool.
Actually, no. They do the same thing. Deadpool talks about chimichangas. Sonic's going to talk about chili cheese dogs, and everybody's going to hate both of them.
All right, you heard it here
There's
first.
already enough interspecies sexual art about the 2 of them.
Oh, but let me read this quote, because this is the really interesting thing. Sega Sammy Group is currently planning with Sony Pictures to create a live-action and animation hybrid for 2018. So,
yeah.
Wow, that just sounds terrible.
No, it makes sense.
It's gonna be the greatest thing ever.
Live action and animation. Can you give me an example of how that worked in the past?
I guess you could say the Evan and Bruce Almighty movies.
Well, it depends on what you mean by animation.
Yeah, because if you're doing The Incredible Bulk.
What is that? Is that a porn movie?
No, I wish.
Because isn't technically CGI animation?
Yeah.
All right.
So
well, okay.
think of the original, the Star Trek, not the original, but the
new reboot.
No, I'm talking about
Next Gen.
The 3 movies before the original trilogy. The prequels. Yeah.
Star Wars prequels?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not thinking, Sam. I'm tired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Oh, that makes sense.
The Star Wars. Because they were
technically.
Almost all of it was CGI.
So you tell me this movie is going to be just as good or as better as the Star Wars?
No, I'm not saying that.
No, it is going to be just as good as those because they're garbage, and this is going to be garbager.
Let's just hope it has better CGI than the Star Wars movies.
I don't know. The clones look pretty good. I guess I was a kid.
No, but I mean, like, the environments being CGI as well. Like, whole rooms being CGI.
Oh, that's what I like it.
But the whole set wasn't CGI, though, because they had to rebuild doorways so Liam Neeson could fit through.
Yeah, but, like...
So they at least tried.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they tried. They attempted.
They put forth at least an ounce of effort.
Some effort.
So, that's all the news we have. That's all the gaming stuff we have. We're going to take a little break. We've been going for a while now. Next up, we're going to talk about Apocalypse Now, the movie of the week, and we're going to talk about Summer Night's Warcraft, the game of the month.
And then Mark's life.
Yeah, and then My Pitiful Life. We've been going for a while now, but you can listen to some MW2 White House battle for about 15 seconds to set the tone for the next segment.
In the midst of your thoughts about how to defeat ISIS or the nature of women's reproductive rights, have you ever wondered if the Mutant Registration Act could be considered, constitutional?
Or whether or not the president has the authority to order superheroes to participate in secret testing on the grounds of national security? You see, these are the important questions.
What would happen in this day and age if the superheroes and villains we knew and loved were suddenly to become subject to more than just a writer's understanding of the law? That's what my brother and I are here to discuss.
My name's Sam.
And my name's Will.
And we're the Super Bros, 2 underqualified brothers who came together over the idea to needlessly overanalyze comic books and apply real-world legal theories and practices to these fanciful characters and ideas for your entertainment.
Education.
Whatever.
Alright, we're back for a second part. It ran long. But that's good. That means we were talking about stuff that actually mattered. But we're going to go over the movie of the week.
Stuff that actually mattered.
Yeah. Apocalypse Now. A critically acclaimed movie. Got a 8.5 on IMDb, 8.8 user rating on Metacritic, if that means anything to you. It ran for 2 hours and 33 minutes for the regular time and about 3 hours and 15 minutes for the Redux version, which I regret watching because I woke up like at 12 o'clock and watched it. I'm thinking I'm just gonna watch it right quick and go back to sleep. I'm like, all right, it's like 2:30. I'm like, it's supposed to end any second now. Looking at my watch, it doesn't exist. And then I'm like, I'm just gonna go to sleep and watch it later. And I forgot about like half the movie. But I don't know if that's more of an indictment on me or the movie, because a lot of that stuff does not seem memorable. Doesn't mean it was bad, I guess.
That's because you watched it at like midnight.
But that's when I usually wake up. Yeah. All right.
Teach them.
So I guess how I read the summary. It's not that long. In Vietnam in 1970, Captain Willard takes a perilous and increasingly hallucinatory journey upriver to find and terminate Colonel Kurtz, a once promising officer who has reportedly gone completely mad. In the company of a Navy patrol boat filled with street-smart kids, a surfing-obsessed air cavalry officer, and a crazed freelance photographer, Willard travels further and further into the heart of darkness.
Which is where the name of the book comes from.
Well, it's not a book, it's a short story.
So, where's your source from? We kind of need to know where you found that summary.
Google.
Google.
Or Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Best website.
From a place.
Actually, somebody got points off on the project because they source Google images in their cited sources.
Oh my god.
Like, what an idiot. You just press on the picture again, you go straight to the website and just cite that. Or just not cite it at all and just act like you got it off from one website.
I made that image.
Yes.
Yeah, I was clearly, you see me and everything.
Anyways, so what did you take out of the movie?
It was really intense.
Was it really though?
It was, yeah.
Oh, it was very intense. Very intense.
You don't remember his breakdown scene? Was it the first?
Yeah.
First off, he literally broke down, like in real life.
The best
He
scene in the
almost
movie.
died.
Yeah, didn't he get a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going. You said it yourself. Hallucinatory journey. He's going on this complete mind trip that destroys this man, and you're watching his destruction from the inside out, or however you want to word it.
It's art. It's a thematic piece.
And he, at one point, I was like, "Is Captain Willard really the good guy here?" Because he's so crazy. How do we know he's a trustworthy narrator or a trustworthy source? Since he's technically not narrating.
I don't know.
It threw me for a loop. I cried.
So, what would you think are the messages of the story?
What I got was, don't set up a sanctuary in the middle of a third world country.
Drugs are bad, kids.
All right. Well, what I thought immediately in the first scene, this guy has really bad PTSD, because what made me think about that, the fan on the ceiling was rotating and he heard helicopters. Yeah. I'm like, I don't think there's helicopters outside. So I'm like, all right, I get what they're trying to do here. But as the movie went on, nothing reminded me, nothing stood out as him being crazy past that point. I'm like, that was an interesting scene at the beginning of the movie, but it never seemed like they really expounded upon it until the very end.
See, that's the joy of art, is it's subjective.
I'm not saying
you can take what you want from it, or you can experience it how you want to experience it. I was just broken by it.
By the way, if you didn't realize this yet, I've never seen this movie. To all of the people listening to this, everything I've said's just been total BS.
That's why I was kind of worried about doing this with a guest.
But what I appreciate is, in the first scene, he stripped naked, and what they did when he was laying on the side of the bed, they just got it out of the shot where Dingus was not in the shot. Like, thank you. I did not want to see grown man Dingus.
You don't want to see Martin Sheen's Dingus?
No. So thank you. I do appreciate that. I give it a 10 out of 10 in that aspect.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, on the IMDb, the first review is going to be "Didn't see Dingus."
But
if you did, that would make the rating go way up. I mean, not the
the movie was already pretty.
Yeah, but it'd be forced into.
Yeah.
I saw an adventure drama. So it's not a war movie, but I was expecting more war scenes. I feel like I didn't get that. I don't know what I was expecting, but I felt like I was going through the motions of a movie.
So you're saying expectations before a movie are bad?
I mean, not always, because sometimes they could be surpassed, and I didn't have any expectations, because I just don't know what it was set in Vietnam. I guess I had war scene expectations, and there wasn't too much of that.
That's because this wasn't a war movie.
I know.
You should have been more acquainted with what the film was actually going to be about before you got into it.
This wasn't a war movie like Silent Hills isn't a shooter.
Yeah.
It's all about a character going insane and trying to do what he thinks is right / what his orders were.
So I found out after I watched the movie that it was based on The Heart of Darkness. So I read the short story Heart of Darkness for school a little while back, and the main thing that I got from it is that everyone asked, what most people got from, not me, everyone asked, is the author racist? And the reason they asked that, because they had a portrayal, as they went up the Congo River, they saw more and more savage people, in their eyes were savage people, and they needed Jesus and all that good stuff. The typical European fare.
When does the film take place?
This film is during the Vietnam War. The story takes place that's based on in the early 1900s. When they're colonizing Africa. So
makes sense.
And that story is based upon the river. They're comparing the Thames River in England to the Congo River in Africa. And the Congo River in Africa represents almost the purity of humans, but at the same time it's savages and they have the heart of darkness almost. They're just subhuman almost. But I just don't see what the point in that story is, and I don't see the point in this one. I get those two things, but what was I supposed to get from it? I just don't know.
What do you mean, what were you supposed to get from it?
Maybe you should analyze the work a little bit more.
I mean...
What I got from it was that war is a terrible thing that no one should ever have to experience. even if you're not a soldier, it can still mess with you. It can mess with civilians.
Mm-hmm.
Just the whole thing messes people up.
Yeah, I got
Just look
that.
at what happens in the Middle East with civilians being killed.
Yeah.
You saw that.
It
How
happens.
many children died in a drone strike today? Probably
A lot.
A couple thousand.
And you saw it in the scene where I forgot the guy's name. But the guy who was like the surfer dude, he killed. I think he was the one that killed like a couple boats, like a boat of civilians, because he got anxious. So I guess you saw it there, and like he just wanted to kill people, like.
And then when in the Vietnam War in particular, you've got like 18-year-olds and 16-year-olds.
That one guy said he was 17.
Yeah, 17. You got a bunch of kids, like they're no older than us three, being put in arguably the worst war in like modern American history.
Does World War II count as modern American?
Yeah, but that wasn't quite as bad.
Vietnam wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad. I mean, for one, it's the only war we've ever really lost aside from.
We didn't lose Vietnam. We
pulled out.
We stopped playing the game.
I think it was
We rage
both
quit.
lost.
Like that's like saying I lost Monopoly because I got too tired of playing.
True.
Well, I mean, we got too tired of getting killed. I think that's
Napalm was pretty bad.
But we weren't getting killed that much during Vietnam. We were killing them far more than they were killing us.
And by doing that, we were killing ourselves in the spirit.
Yeah,
Killing the children.
But like we weren't.
No, I know what we weren't physically dying.
Pretty much every war before that, we did worse in than Vietnam. Korea, a lot more U.S. citizens died, and that was not that far from Vietnam.
Civil War was.
Civil War.
Because that was all America.
Yeah, it is the worst. Well, to bring it back to the Heart of Darkness, they're going. The similarity I saw between is that as they went up the river, at the more and more they went up to the U.S. outpost, they got more and more chaotic. So the last one they went to, or the second to last one they went to was the one where the Playboy bunnies showed up and they had a big show, and like the men were just animals, and they're trying to like climb up and like, I guess I don't know what they were gonna do with them.
They were trying to do the sexual things, of course.
Yeah, and they just wanted to take over the 3 women. They escaped, by the way. Then nothing happened to them. But like as they went, and then to the next one, the last outpost, they were just fighting, and like they were mindlessly defending the last outpost for just some reason, even though it was untenable. Like every couple of days, the guy said they had to rebuild the bridge because they just keep fighting for no reason. So I guess I see a connection to that, and to the final part, you can say that they're savage or whatever, or because they're blindly following one guy. Which I'll try to read closely. Do you ever get any reason why they're following that guy? What's his name?
Yeah.
When you're talking about...
It was Lucas, right? Colonel Lucas? Was that his name?
Yeah, that sounds...
I might be wrong.
I don't know why, but when you were talking about like savages, for some reason I just thought of this one battle of like the British versus the Zulus. When the British had guns, the Zulus had spears, bows, arrows, and the British lost.
I mean, that's about what the book was based off.
Yeah.
The general idea.
Yeah, So I think it was a good, like, taking that story and put it in a more modern setting for the time, because this movie was made in 1979, and making it relevant to us. Because maybe as I'm talking through this, I'm kind of getting the message that we're all just animals, right? But I don't see.
Maybe that we shouldn't see others as animals.
Yes, because we're all the same. Because we all have like the same bites at the end of the day. We all like want sex and we all want power, and we all.
They're asexual people.
All right.
Stop discriminating.
All right,
Mark.
Because that's definitely a mood.
Stop with the prejudice.
Okay.
And the bigotry.
I don't know how scientific asexuality is, but
I mean, it's definitely a thing. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Like they can't like physically be attracted to somebody.
There are people who are asexual and aromantic.
no, I didn't know like how the science worked. I guess not how scientific it was.
But I was gonna say, And you can see that with Kilgore. He wanted to surf in the middle of battle. He was literally getting mortared, and he wanted to go surfing.
Gotta catch them waves, brah.
I don't. The movie
Waves
was so
of blood.
weird.
Waves of blood.
And then like they had two guys surfing in the middle of battle, like and they're almost dying too. And like the I guess I was watching the movie, like everything seemed so absurd, and I'm like, what was the through line and all of this stuff? Because usually the movies aren't like there's a little absurdity like throughout the movie, and then you can connect together and have like a message, like Pulp Fiction. Like it was crazy stuff happening, but they made sense. They're like realistic things, but like here it was like crazy.
Just to show how broken war can make you.
Well,
Yeah.
That kind of makes me think of like Greek. Just because it's like a Greek, like the Greek tragedies, just because it was a tragedy doesn't mean that it didn't have like ridiculous elements of it. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Ajax. In the play Ajax, he gets mad because he didn't get Achilles' armor, so he kills a bunch of livestock and then commits suicide because he felt bad about it.
Totally normal.
It's
I mean, you don't do that.
it's a tragedy, but the situation's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't get is why is their dish so killing? Ajax.
Damn
Oh
it!
my god! And so bring back to let's talk about tragedies. I just read a summer reading. You read Arrow God for a summer reading?
No, I didn't.
Totally.
Well, I read that, and that's basically a tragedy, much like how this story is trying to like bring one genre or one setting to the to now to make it relevant. They brought like a Greek tragedy to the colonization of Africa, and their tragic flaw was pride, which made sense. And I mean, I guess, but it made sense from like just saying pride, like hubris, that would cause your downfall. But it was something so simple as communication. Like all he had to do was like be diplomatic with the fellow tribes to fight against like the Europeans from colonizing them, and it was just so frustrating to read. So that's kind of an absurd thing to me, because you just couldn't just get over yourself for one time. Like you're literally, people are going to either die or get culturally assimilated, and you're gonna lose all your power just because you're too prideful. And that was a good book, I guess, in theory, if you're into that type of
The
stuff.
book of the week.
Nah, I can't take me a couple months to read a book.
G.T.O book club.
Nah, I mean that's a good idea, but maybe over the summer when I have actual time.
You just need to.
Maybe after college when I have an actual job.
What you need to do is you need to get someone else to do it. You know, you have to outsource
My
the
understudy.
book club. Yeah, outsource the book club to someone who has the time to do it.
So you have any final thoughts on the movie?
I kind of laid it all out there.
All right, so we're gonna go over the all stars of the movie. This little thing we do to determine what we're gonna watch next. So Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen's daddy, he was Captain Willard. Lawrence Fishburne was in the movie. He was Tyrone Miller. He died, unfortunately, in the movie. Robert Duvall was Lieutenant Kilgore. Always wanted to go surfing during battles. Dennis Hopper was the photojournalist, the crazy photojournalist. And you know, unlike the Heart of Darkness, they were generalizing about Africans, but here, they were generalizing just about like there was a commentary on humans, because the people that were following the defecting colonel or whatever were a couple Cambodians and white people, or Americans or whatever, which was interesting. I mean, I wish I could articulate it. I don't know what the final message is though. Anyway, Harrison Ford was in the movie. He was Colonel Lucas. So we're gonna go over the movies they were in. So we're gonna pick one. You can pick for us actually.
Right.
Martin Sheen was in The Departed. Lawrence Fishburne, of course, he was in The Matrix. Robert Duvall was in Open Range. You probably didn't hear of it. Dennis Hopper was in Waterworld. All right. Harrison Ford was in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Mm-hmm.
And if there are other movies that you know that they've been in, that you want to subject us to.
I don't know any.
All right. Well, out of those five, did anyone come out to you as something that is watch-worthy?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay, cool.
I think if you haven't seen that film though, then like
Seen it, played through it, lived it.
Is it something that I should watch if I haven't watched it?
Obviously.
All right.
Yeah, if we're doing it for the movie review club thing.
I wanted to do Waterworld so bad.
Fine, Mark.
No.
No, we're doing Waterworld.
You gave him the choice.
It's my choice.
It's your
We're
choice.
doing Waterworld.
No. You said Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's happening. It's happening, Mark. It's Waterworld.
Oh, now I feel bad now.
You should feel
Yeah,
bad,
you should
Mark.
feel terrible.
Nah, I don't feel that bad. I'm gonna see Kevin Costner in all his glory. And you can watch all those great Kevin Costner movies, right?
Dances with Wolves, which
Yeah.
I've seen dozens of times.
In the game of the month, let's talk about that. Summon Night Swordcraft Story.
Sword.
There's a W there. You gotta
Sword.
enunciate the
Sword.
W. Sword.
Sword.
Swords.
Yes.
Gotta get that sword.
So, what do you think of the game, and how long did you play it for?
It's utter cancer, and I played it for 10 minutes. It was pretty good.
All right, it's
I
pretty.
played it for a couple hours.
So is Bad Rat's gonna be the next game of the week?
No, that'll be like
That would be
the Christmas game.
That will be Mark's 24-hour live stream.
I would. Is that game even 24 hours long?
You could make it, man.
All right, I'll definitely do that. There are some Patreon backers with that. That's our $5 goal. If you give us $5, we will do it.
Wow, you're really selling yourself pretty cheap there, Mark.
Well, I mean, $1 just to support us. They haven't done anything with that yet, so I gotta shoot low. So did you like the game or?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I still kind of had to get used to the. It took me a while to get used to the combat.
Yeah, me too. I really like the combat system. It's like unique. You don't really see that with any game, like a size. Well, it reminds me of like a fighting game, but in an RPG setting, I guess.
Yeah.
I really like that. It's really fun. Like if I was going on a road trip, I would play the hell out of that game. But it's not something I play like at my house. I don't know, cause
not a 24-hour live stream.
Not a 24-hour live stream.
No Bad Rats quality.
Because it's easy to get lost. Like, I guess you would have to play it 24 hours straight because I put it down. Like, I played for like 4 or 5 hours, not straight, but within like a short amount of time. And I put it down, didn't play it for like a week or two. Like, I had no place, I had nowhere, like nothing to tell me where I was going next.
Yeah.
There's no walkthroughs really. Like, there's game facts. That's the only walkthrough on the internet. And game facts, all the information's on one page.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's not like, it doesn't even have its own wiki or whatever. Like, you can go on there and get a walkthrough. So, yeah, after I played the first 5 hours, I tried getting back into it, but, I mean, that's not the game's fault. I mean,
it is
the game's fault.
Well, really, it's how popular the game is. That's the real question. Like, if it was popular, you'd have all of the walkthroughs.
There is a
and
wiki
stuff.
for it.
There is? Well,
see, Mark, you
If
were
you just
wrong.
Google Summon Night wiki.
alright, but I looked through a couple walkthroughs, video, another
No,
one.
it's still a confusing game to try and keep up with.
But I did like the story, I guess. Like, you had to be like the sword, what's it called? Sword Knight? Summer Master? Whatever.
The Summon Night.
The Summon Knight Sword Master. You gotta like kill people. Well, what I'm interested in, how you fighting people with swords and they don't die? Anime, I don't get it. Anime, I don't get it, guys. But I mean, it's whatever. I played 5 hours of it and I enjoyed all of it. And I like games with like you go back to the same place over and over again and you find more stuff. So like the Labyrinth, the first time you can only go to the 3rd floor, second time 6th floor, eventually you go all the way down. I don't know, I like that, but I really wonder how the game ends or where do you go? Is it because if you only stay in like the same like 2 cities for the whole game, I guess you're not, but
2 cities.
yeah, that'd be very disappointing. That's also a good game. It's worth playing. It's kind of disappointing as the first game of the month because we didn't get to play the whole game. But I don't blame it on us. I think that's more the internet's problem.
Because, I mean, yeah, like if we did a game of the month and it were Skyrim, that would not. There are some games that just can't be a game of the month during the school.
Well, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying that if you put it down, like you don't remember where you were, like you have to like it would be like this game would be like you have to like have the old mindset before the internet. Like you have to write down what you actually were. Yeah.
So what's going to be the next game of the month? That's
Great question. What do you want to play?
I could make some suggestions.
All right.
I'm here.
Don't.
Okay. So I've got 2 on mine.
Mhm.
So first Witcher game, or another game which is called Gothic.
Gosh.
Now, if you get Gothic, you're probably going to have to do some extra stuff to actually set it up to run on modern PCs.
Is it on Xbox?
It's probably no, I don't know, but I say either of those 2 would be great.
Alright, I'll do it because those games probably really cheap now on Amazon. So is it not on Xbox?
No.
Dang. Well, I know Witcher is. I guess we'll do Witcher.
Okay.
Because because I don't have a working PC right now.
Well, I'm not sure if Witcher 1 was on Xbox, but...
The Witcher was on Microsoft.
GameCube was on GameCube.
No.
I got
on Microsoft, Windows, and OS X.
Okay, we'll do Witcher 2. You don't need to play The Witcher to play Witcher 2.
Alright.
Someone doesn't have a PC.
Sorry, if you want to fix it, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know. So that Witcher games like that, from like the art style, it reminds me of Fable, and I hate Fable. What do you think about Fable?
The art style? Almost nothing like that.
Alright, when you say Witcher, I think about Fable for some reason. I don't know why.
You're just wrong.
Because you're game racist.
Alright, but that's not the point. I don't care. The connection, I just want to bring up Fable. I just want to hear your opinions on Fable.
I've never really played Fable.
Fable 2 is amazing. I'm kidding, I've never played it, but I hear it.
I played the first Fable. Or was it Fable? It doesn't matter. It's
the
terrible.
third one.
The third one?
Yeah, you said it was the third one.
Okay, it was the third one. It was terrible. And that's supposed to be the... Like,
maybe you should have played the first one.
The second one was the best.
That was like...
choice at the end.
You're saying the third one. But like, there have been a lot of third games that weren't nearly as good as the ones before it.
Yeah.
And like... There's the technical third game, which is a kart driving simulator.
Fable Racing or something? Is that what
it's for the Kinect?
Oh, that doesn't count. Kinect, no one has that.
It's a great
a lot of people had the Kinect when it was forced on everyone.
Really good webcam.
I'm talking about like, did they come with the Xbox 360?
Like, well, they used to. You used to only be able to buy one. No, initially you had to get the Kinect with the Xbox 360. And we're not the Xbox 360, with the Xbox One.
Yeah, on the One, yes.
But then it was optional, because no one likes the Kinect.
Because the NSA is spying on me. Shut up. Doesn't matter.
It's because it literally follows you around all the day. It just...
It walks.
You say that, everyone complain, but you say that as you have your GPS settings on your dumb iPhone. Idiot. Anyways.
But Apple doesn't store my information.
So I guess we're done with this segment. We can move on. Next segment.
To being done?
No, we're not done. We got one more segment left, buddy. I think you're skipping out on these fans. I know what you're trying to do.
Then let's go.
All right. So we're gonna take a break though. I prepared a skit.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So pause. End it right there.
Second gen.
Rock socks. Keeps your feet stiff so you don't whiff. We use semen technology to form a rock hard base to support your feet. With this strength, we can support the biggest of losers. 300 pounds, slight work. 400 pounds, no problem. 500 pounds, we can handle it. 600 pounds, Jesus, but we can still handle it. 700 pounds, okay, buddy, you can't even walk. And every sock is made with love by my father, brother, cousin, Billy Bob's hands with some inspiration from Playboy magazine. So you don't have to worry about machine malfunction, just Billy Bob's refractory period. And if you contract an STD within the first 90 seconds of your purchase, we'll give some of your money back. Rock socks. Keeps your feet stiff so you don't whiff.
What the hell is wrong with you, Mark?
Or you turn it off.
You are just a crazy person, Mark. What the hell was that?
We're gonna I made a new segment. It's called Victories and Vengeances. We're not throw that segment that break out of work. I don't know what you're talking about. Perfectly sane. Anyway, this is a place where we could talk about our successes of the weeks, shout out some friends or games or whatever, and we could create some enemies. Some of these people, they're just wretched out here. We gotta call them out on it. So what? Go on.
So it's like Philly D's Bamf or D-Bag of the day?
Sure, whatever that is.
Yeah, well, if you...
Watch the YouTube.
If you watched the YouTube.
I'm too busy getting women, Sam, to watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Fair.
Anyways, okay, let's start with a victory. Like anything y'all like what's the highlight of the week? What's going on in y'all lives?
I saw Doctor Strange last night. It was
alright.
just a visual cluster.
A victory for Sam.
It was a victory for me because I didn't have... I saw some Franklin people in front of me. 3 senior girls.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
asked them out
You
on a
tap
date.
that.
All three of them.
You got a hand
all
job
three
in
of
the
them at the
theater.
same time.
You got a 3-way hand job in the theater. Nice, Sam.
Please
No,
stop.
but they left like before the end credit scene. I'm like, do you know what Marvel movies are? But a lot of people were not there.
What do you like? The
Go
theater
to
was
the
empty.
movies anymore.
What time did you go? Like it was empty.
7:30,
Mm.
6:30.
All right. So what's so good about it?
It's just, there were funny parts. It wasn't like a comedy, but it had moments that was like, oh, that's entertaining. I can chuckle. And then it was serious enough that I could take it seriously.
I feel like there's no point watching a movie.
Saying it was better than some of the old superhero films and TV shows, like the old Batman,
Infinitely
the
better.
Adam West, not Adam West. Sorry, Adam.
Yeah, Adam
Whatever.
West.
His name. Yeah, Adam West.
He
Yeah,
can die for all I care.
got a problem with Adam West.
All of the problems.
Adam West is the only Batman, Sam.
I'll kill you later.
So were there any gratuitous sex scenes?
No.
All right.
There was no romantic interaction at all. I mean, he mentions to a girl, hey, remember that time we like slept together? In different words.
Am I the only one who was just like Deadpool should not have had a romance in it at all?
No, what he should have done was had sex with death.
Yeah, exactly. No, I completely agree with you.
He should have been...
He shouldn't have had a girlfriend / fiance.
It should have been a physical girl, at least.
Yeah. I think that kind of hurt his character in that film. But let's get
It
back.
was alright. It gave him motivation.
Let's get back to Mark's victories.
What are your victories?
Nah, I got a
sir?
vengeance. I got a vengeance right here. I'm making it. I got 2 enemies,
Oh,
Aries and Joe. We had an election, like a mock election.
All right.
We had to vote on issues and a presidential candidate. And what Joe did, he voted 200 times.
No, Joe voted way more than 200
Oh,
times.
I heard at least 200 times.
Joe set up he's basically set up a bot that voted on 6 different tabs, 3 votes per second, adding up to about 1,000 votes.
Yeah, there was more votes than there were students.
Over twice.
Yeah. 2.5.
And they didn't notice it until like 2 hours they put the thing up, but it was already too late by then. But that made me just angry because I actually wanted to know how the people actually voted. Like, it's kind of disappointing.
I think Joseph is a hero. I think that was a victory.
Joseph is a legend for this. Like,
Yeah.
first off, you can't do something like that and not expect people to abuse it.
I mean, yeah.
So,
Let's not talk much about this because I've got things going on with that. So.
oh, you have a dog in this fight?
Yeah, so
Well, then
let's
let's
stay out of
give
this.
him
for a
Wait,
little
are
bit.
you in part of like
Yeah,
punishing him or something?
No, it's something else.
Do you think Franklin's a femdom school?
What does that mean?
Just stop. Let's not talk
What's your
about this
problem with
because
Aries?
I've got.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
your-
let's do
because
Aries.
he voted multiple times.
well,
Aries was the 200.
Oh, he was a 200. Yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
said. He did like in first and second period. He just kept going manually.
Yeah, I know because Joe stopped it, and I noticed like someone's still voting over and over again for Evan McMullen.
What I thought was interesting. Well, I always think this is interesting. Why people vote for like giving more taxes to the rich to solve the economic equality in the country. What do you feel about that, Henry?
Going political here. Okay. I think taxation is theft.
who are you voting for, Henry? Don't.
No,
you
we're not even saying that. I mean,
We're not gonna
I mean, there's no
do what
reason.
Casey.
Pull a Casey?
Yeah, we're not gonna do what Casey Neistat wants us to do, Sam.
I hate all YouTubers. Just
Yeah.
start drama with all of them.
I mean, you could basically know who we're gonna vote for with 3 sensible people. Anyways, what do you think about voting for rich people to get more taxes, basically?
I think if you tax them too much, they will leave, which will hurt the economy as a whole and the country as a whole. Because no one's stopping them from leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did, that would be terrible and against the Constitution.
What are we talking about?
Rich
people. Rich people.
Rich people getting...
Taxes?
If you tax rich people too much, they will leave
Yeah.
with their money.
Yeah.
And then you have none of that taxation.
So get the money out of them while you can.
Oh, that's not long term. Like, come on, sir.
So you're
Gotta
saying...
get all that money really
So
quick.
just take all of it, every
Just take
cent.
all of it.
Yeah, no, you...
300% taxation.
it's not. Too much taxation's not going to work.
Of course.
I just think, but
Just economically, it can't because people can leave.
Nuclear taxation. So we drop.
it's like
We tax other countries. We build a wall and then tax Mexico.
We kind of no. That wouldn't.
no. You what you're saying is we tax them and we say we could nuke you right now, but we're not. So you can give us money.
They pay us protection money.
Yes.
We tax them, air quotes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I just thought it was interesting because you think, and like from my eyes, we've been learning about laissez-faire capitalism and taxing rich people more. Isn't that kind of the antithesis of that? Because we all get taxed at the same rate, and then naturally, rich people are going to pay more tax because they have more money. That's the way I think of it. And like the only reason there's social like inequity is because they're always going to be there in the capitalist system, and it's going to solve itself. Like there's highs and there's lows, and the more regulation you do is it's like putting a bandage, like a Band-Aid on like a cut, like a gash or something.
Well,
it's not.
gunshot.
The big problem with most people is they assume the economy is a zero-sum game, and like wealth cannot be created, which is just untrue. You can create wealth; it happens all the time. People get rich. Just because these people are rich right now doesn't mean they're going to be the only ones who are going to be rich. Money is created.
Yes, that is true. And on that note, we're going to go to one of your victories of the week. Oops. So what happened good in your life?
Oh well, so the Joseph thing with the voting, that was pretty cool. What else actually happened? Failure would be I did terribly on my calculus test.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was not nice. That was yesterday.
Oh man, I got a great victory.
I could say it. I think.
What was it? It was Thursday. I had a psychology research. It's like a research paper, but it wasn't like written out. It was like bullet points, and it was due that day, and I started that day. So what I did was, it's like what I do with the movies every week. I wake up at 2:00 in the morning, and I did the whole thing through, and I pushed through, and I was able to do it and present on it coherently. And I think I got an A on it, guys. And I'm so clutch.
Ooh, I've just thought of my victory. So, I think it was Thursday. Yeah, it was definitely Thursday. I had three study halls, 4 if you include civics. So in a block schedule, 4 classes a day. I had civics, which is kind of a study hall, both of my physics classes, but my teacher wasn't there, so those were both study halls, and then an actual study hall. So that's a victory in my eyes.
What did I do? Besides that, I mean, this was a pretty uneventful week.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing really happened. This is a great week for my Snapchat, though. Had a lot of funny jokes on them.
Snapping them adult pictures?
Yeah, all those mushroom pictures.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, how old are you, Mark?
Oh,
Old enough.
God.
Old enough.
Yeah, Mark.
Wait.
Mark, we don't want you to become an offender of some kind.
I mean,
Other than sensibilities of women.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like,
And you know, if you're not old enough, you can be put on some list of offenders.
well, what that seminar we went to, it said if you're like a certain age range, you can go to jail for 25 to 99 years.
Exactly. Like, you don't want to do that.
I get like how sex offending is bad, like with sexting and stuff. But is it 99 years bad? Like, you're not. I don't know. That seems kind of silly. Like the whole point is.
It all depends, though.
The whole point is that you're supposed to preserve your childhood. Like this, is what these laws are supposed to do to prevent you from doing that. Like,
well, they're actually not there to prevent you from doing anything. It's to prevent other people from doing things. But that the law is broken, and that's why.
What do you mean other people from doing things?
Like, it's anti. I'm not gonna go too in depth, but like taking photos of kids isn't.
No,
good.
the thing they were talking about was between teens.
Oh. Well,
and I don't get being so strict between teens. Like, you get 99 years, you're taking away my childhood and basically my life because that's something I did as a child. We make so many mistakes, and like it seems kind of
No, it all depends. Like, not everyone's gonna get 99 years.
I mean, it's 25 to 99. That's a pretty long time for a 16-year-old.
But think about it. A 16-year-old, if a 16-year-old sends a nude photo to like another 16-year-old or a 17-year-old, a judge isn't going to be like, okay, you're going to jail for life.
All right, but
there is a minimum, and it's going to be like over a year.
The minimum's a bit too.
And I think it's like,
and then you're a sex offender for the rest of your life.
for more, if like more than a it was a 2 year more gap. You go, that was the range, 25.99, and if you go to jail for even 1 year, you're gonna.
Well, remember, if you take a nude photo, it doesn't matter the age as long as you're underage.
You're holding child pornography, even if it's yourself.
Yeah.
And if you can go to jail for,
especially if you distribute it, because then that's even a greater crime.
You're gonna go to jail for at least 5 years. So you're not gonna be able to go to college like in the most beneficial time, and you're not gonna be able to get a job because you're going to jail.
No, what I'm saying is like the sentencing is going to be different based off of the judge, the circumstances.
I'm just saying,
most judges would probably go for the minimum.
Yeah.
But like most of the minimums they're just big enough to like ruin your life because this part of your life is so pivotal.
If you have proof that you take a picture like the day before you turn 18, a judge is probably
no one's going to even care because you're going to be 18
by the time.
Yeah, but how often does that happen? Like, come on. Anyway,
I'll tell you in a few months.
Well, I think that's about all. Our weeks are uneventful.
How's your life been, Mark?
I mean, it's been pretty okay. Who's texting me?
How's it been with that? There are two girls.
Ooh, girls. Let's hear about them.
One of them, did you give up?
I didn't give up. I'm just like...
You're
just not trying.
You're just backing
I'm just not trying. I mean, it's just so easy for me. I don't have to try, like...
Because she's in LA right now.
How do you know?
LA, you mean Louisiana?
No, Los Angeles.
Or Lower Arnold, Missouri?
Facebook.
You're a creep. You really are.
No,
I don't. Really are a creep.
I don't follow that many people. So, like, people that I've never interacted with, they just pop up in my feed.
What a creep! Like,
I swear, I'm not trying. It's just.
So, have you been getting all the videos of her at the zoo and stuff?
No.
And all those sexy,
I've seen
mirror photos.
I've seen like.
Oh, so it seems like someone's looking a little bit too much into this.
I saw one post that was like flying to LAX or whatever. So I guess you're the one who's...
I think you shouldn't label people a creep when you've obviously been doing
I'm not
projecting.
Everything's consensual here.
Right? But
okay, now let's hear about this other girl. This is the one that I want to hear
the
about.
one who's still here.
Yeah.
The one who hasn't left you.
The one who hasn't run away yet.
Yeah, she took
the one who didn't go on a milk run and never come back.
Oh. I mean, the other girl, she's fine.
That's a nice way to describe someone.
Anything?
What do you mean? I don't know.
You asked her anything?
I haven't asked her anything. I don't know.
You've got a connection.
I do have
Just
a
ask
connection.
her. Just walk up, say, hey, and then run away. Because you were too scared to say anything.
Hey, girl.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
I don't know what
that
was.
Your bad.
I mean, I don't want to talk about it. I'm really nervous. I'm nervous around girls and stuff. You know me. I'm very timid. Have no charisma.
Just walk up and say, "Hey, I really like you. Want to go out sometime?"
Want to kiss her hard?
She will probably say yes.
Yeah,
not that she's easy, but
she'll probably say yes.
You guys are cool, so.
All right.
That's what I did.
Good enough for me. So on that note, we're gonna end this podcast. Have a beautiful day. Hopefully.
See, we did talk about Mark's life. So.
All right.
Henry's a prophet.
All right.
I foretold it.